I am Michael LaCroce, spelled Michael, and then Lacroce. The biggest part has changed. Before we were always about growth. Now it's probably back to maintaining. Previously, for the 4 years, we've been a growth company, and now we're just gonna, you know, try and level out and not decrease, maybe at least maintain and start from basically starting from scratch now. So we will just this will kind of be a base year from here out. Staff-wise, I mean, we have a person that does our HR stuff. We've been in contact with them through social media and like direct text messaging. We've sent them documents that have to do with any stimulus packages that they may qualify for. Obviously, unemployment is the biggest one to get them onto that. And then we just keep them updated when we hear new things that they may qualify for. We send them information so they can apply for that or use that benefit. The customers, primarily we maintain what we've been doing. We've been doing it now for about 2 years. We use social media. We go direct text. Obviously, it's a small community, so we know a lot of people too. So we reach out to them directly, but we use our online platforms such as Facebook, direct email, and we also have a text messaging service that we have, I think, right around 500 people that we can reach directly to their phone. Profits, obviously this year will be totally different. Like I said, it's going to go back. This will be a base year. So anything in the past pretty much it's irrelevant now. So this year we're just going to kind of go with it and see how it works. Previously before the virus, we reinvested quite a bit, we reinvested probably 20% of profits a year back into the restaurant, whether that be new equipment, expanding the dining room, services we provide, getting other staff members. That'll probably stop this year. And like I said, this will be a base year, so we'll start this like year one and go from there. Pretty much stopped anything we knew. So we're pretty much starting from scratch. It's a new. We're looking at it as a whole new restaurant, new startup. We luckily were closed for a month of March, so we already had a renovation planned. So we kind of reopened in this new type of dining as a new restaurant, essentially. So we're just going from here and working with what we have and see how it goes. Yeah, I think it'll survive. Obviously, revenue will be slashed in half at least, I would think. My biggest concern is, right now we don't have any employees that we don't plan to bring back, but depending on how long this goes, there probably will come a time where we won't be able to bring everyone back, at least not back as many hours as they had before. So yeah, it'll be tough, but it really depends on when, not just when we can reopen up with, people sitting in, but when we reopen, I'm sure it's going to be completely different than before. So I'm guessing it'll take 1 to 2 years before it's back to where we were. Hopefully that quick.
Hello, I'm Dave Schull, Shull. I'm the owner of Nina's Pizzeria and Restaurant in Norwich, New York. It's impacted it tremendously. We are no longer allowed to have dine-in as an option for our restaurant. It has unfortunately made me cut some staffing, and it's made me really tighten up ship on everything from food ordering to payroll. It's affected it in a big way. Before we had traditional dine-in, takeout. We did some delivery to businesses, but something new that we had to do is delivery to residential. We had never done that prior to this. We are also offering curbside pickup, just trying to be as convenient as possible for customers. And luckily, the delivery has been a big hit for us. Keeps us at least pretty busy through the evenings with a lot of deliveries. Unfortunately, I did have to lay some off. I helped all of them gain unemployment pretty much immediately. I was able to retain a good number of them. Found different jobs for them. We took on some servers that we originally thought we were going to have to let go. We made them delivery drivers. And then the health and safety is probably the most important thing. So we've even gone as far as to make sure people are feeling well when they come to work. We brought in a thermometer to check for any kind of temperatures and things like that of employees, just to make sure everybody's being as safe as possible. The biggest success I've had is through Facebook. We do a lot of daily posting for our specials. We implemented a family dinner, which is about half price of what it would normally be. It feeds up to 6 people. So we've got a lot of feedback from that, but we usually use Facebook for most of our communication, and that seems to be getting a lot of those on a daily basis. Well, a lot of the behavior has changed with just complete sanitation from pretty much every time you do something, we try to sanitize after a customer comes in. Like I said prior, we are testing our own employees to make sure that they are not running any kind of fever, things like that. We're just very cautious on customers coming in and all of the in-house work that we do. We want to make sure everything's staying healthy and safe for everybody. I think when we do start to get back to normal, I think it won't be a choice. I think it may stagger where we may not be allowed to have as many customers as we once were able to have in here. And yeah, I think it will, at least for a little while. I think it will take some time to possibly get back to where we were prior to this. I foresee, maybe half of the amount of people being allowed in. I kind of gather that's how they're going to approach things when we get back to normal. So I think it took a little time, especially up here, but I think people are starting to take it a little more serious, and I think they will be cautious with being around large events, larger people, and stuff like that. Right now, we've got to be careful with everything. We don't really know what tomorrow brings. We've been very lucky with the community support to where we have been able to make things work this way, but we gotta save on to everything and just ride this out and hope that what we've got saved up and the business that we are doing is going to be enough to make us survive. If the business continues the way that it is now, I think this location should be fine. We're talking 12 to 18 months. That could change. I think we're also being helped with obviously the stimulus packages that came out. I think people do have a little bit of extra funds right now. I don't know if spending it at a restaurant is necessarily the important thing that they should be doing, but luckily it is helping us in a way to. We did see a spike this week. A lot of those checks hit this week. However, that money's not going to last forever. So if it stays the way it is now, I think we could ride the wave through it. But that's one of those unforeseen futures. We're not really sure what's going to happen a month from now. So I think it will. I think we've got enough with what we're doing now with pickup, takeout, curbside, and delivery. I think it's enough business to allow us to make it work. We did have to do the cutbacks. Our most important goal is to try to get everybody that was working here back on board. We did apply for the payroll protection loan, which is turns out to be a grant if we use it for the appropriate measures, which we plan on doing, which involve payroll, rent, and utilities. So I think with that help as well, I think we should survive this year.
Rebecca Walling, REBECCA WALLING, and this is the Stadium Sports Bar and Grill in Oxford, New York, and I'm the general manager. It's put us in like a crisis mode. It's something that is unprecedented. We've never practiced for this. It's not something that we have prepared for, so we're just taking it day by day and just trying to survive. So our business plan in the beginning, before COVID-19 here, is more dine-in. We're more like a dine-in restaurant, not takeout. We're probably like 75-80% dine-in, 20% takeout. So now we're trying to build a business around takeout. So it's been quite interesting. Our staff here is like family, so it's been really hard. We've had to let a lot of people go. There's just no hours. Like I said, we're built on the dining room, and so that's kind of like what our atmosphere is, a fun atmosphere. And so we've struggled with that. We've struggled with having to let some of them go, but hopefully we can bring them all back when this is over. Right now, our main source of communication is social media, mostly Facebook. We do a little bit on Instagram, but trying to do the best that we can with what we've got. Before COVID, it was upbeat, fun, and it's not that it's not fun now, but it's very somber, and we're just trying to survive day by day, so it's like we kind of come in and just try to get the work done and try to push forward and keep us going. I have a feeling that this COVID-19 is going to change everything. I mean, not just the dining experience, but just the way that people look at things into perspective, and I think it's going to change a lot, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but I think hopefully people will appreciate things more and not take things for granted. Our profits, really, profits right now aren't really there. Basically, we just take what we can get and just push it for the next day, trying to survive. Keep our doors open as long as we can during this time, and just hopefully we can push through to the end. Not through strategic numbers, I guess, but we're just trying it day by day, pulling numbers each day, making sure it's worth it. We've adjusted some of our hours, so we're not open all day every day. We're open for dinner Monday through Wednesday, and then all day Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So that seems to be working right now. I feel like because dining out, or I guess it's not dining out, it's takeout now, is really one of the only things left to do. It's kind of like the highlight of your day. You go pick up food, and then you bring it home, and you're like, woo, this is our day. So, yeah. I think we'll definitely survive just because of the sheer support from our community. Our community has been awesome through this. So even if we can't stay open all day every day, or we have to close down a few days, or whatever the future holds, I think by the time this is all done, we'll still be here, but only because of the support from our community, and our owner is pretty cool too.